Hi, I'm Ayla Alexander, and my scenario this year was on the human brain and how it relates back to talents. So I focused on different areas, what they do, and how it relates back to different talents. So I feel I'm more like musically inclined. So this year I tried to like become more artistic in a way because my sister is very like artistic. So this is the drawing app she used that actually this presentation's on, and she taught me how to use it, and it was actually very interesting to see how she used it for art and differing from the way that I used it for a presentation. And I even like made my mom a Mother's Day card on it. So it's very cool, and now I can use it for other things. So different sections of the brain have different abilities, yet they all work hand in hand to make the body function successfully. It's the command center for the entire body, and it makes you who you are as a person. It controls thoughts, movements, and receives information from senses. Here are the different sections, what they do, and how they relate to different talents. So we can start with the frontal lobe, which controls speaking, writing, personality, emotions, behavior, and judgment. So those don't really relate to any specific talent. They're more just like basic skills, which is mostly what this lobe controls. It controls certain body movements, which once again, they're just basic and like things like walking and running. It regulates self awareness, concentration, and intelligence. This can be helpful with many different talents, but it's also just like useful in life. So next is the parietal lobe, which controls spatial and visual perception, which is very helpful in sports so you know where you're going and you don't like collide. Interprets language and words, interprets sense of touch, pain, and temperature. So mostly for any specific talent, the most specific one would be control of spatial and visual perception. So that could be helpful for like dancers or athletes, so you like know where you are and you don't like run into each other. Or visual perception for like artists, so they know what they're drawing and why. Next is the temporal lobe, which is very helpful for many differing talents. It's a factor in hearing, whether that's just basic hearing or like musically. It could be more advanced. Organization and sequencing, it could help you be more productive, even if that's not for a specific talent, that's still very important. Memory, whether it's for choreography, like remembering what you were like different instructions you were told, or remembering like proportions for like drawing and why that's important. So it works with the parietal lobe to understand language because the parietal lobe interprets it. So that's just important to know like how someone's speaking to you. The occipital lobe interprets parts of vision such as color, light, and movement. So that's also helpful for artists so they know what they're drawing if it like complements each other. And it does relate back to color blindness, even though that is genetic, it still like deals with it, whether it's like a minor like reds and greens and whatnot, or like all gray. So there's cerebellum, which is a main part in the brain located under the cerebrum and coordinates muscle movement and helps maintain posture, and it's significant to balance. So this is important for like any physical talent, but I would say it's more specific to like dancers because they have a very strict technique. So they like build up muscle memory, which is located or relating back to the cerebellum. So finally is the brainstem, which is the third major part of the brain, connects the cerebrum and cerebellum to the spinal cord so they can achieve their muscular duties, and performs many automatic functions such as breathing, heart rate, body temperature, sleep cycle, digestion, swallowing, coughing, and sneezing. So without it, there would be nothing to connect the brain to the needed parts of the body to communicate the automatic functions, and the body would just be confused on what to do. So finally, I have the right and left brain. So the left side of your brain actually connects or actually like performs functions on the right side, whereas the right side is like more controlling of the left side of the brain. So like you're being left brain means you're more like organized and like factual, and it's just I don't like the neater function, where the right side is more like creativity and like musically enhanced. So I actually just recently got to help with a musical up at the high school, and I ran sound for it. And looking back on it, I realized that more my left brain really helped me with the organization and knowing what all the like buttons and knobs did, and like what to do. Whereas the right side tied back into that, so I could actually know what to do with them. Like musical wise, I could balance whether some people were turned up too high or it was just too loud altogether. And I felt like it really helped me, like overall, just do better. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned something, and that's my scenario.